A few months ago, I was on the hunt for a new keyboard, something that would be perfect for both working and gaming. The keyboard that I had been using had been the DAS Keyboard 4 Ultimate with Cherry MX brown switches. I was initially intrigued by its blacked out buttons, but I ended up hating the keys so much that I had to send it back almost immediately. So I went on the hunt for a new keyboard that was good for both work and play, and a few days later, the Logitech G915 Lightspeed TKL keyboard turned up at my door. Fair warning, there are some nerdy stats incoming. Don't worry, I'll keep it as simple as possible. The low profile keys and tactile switches have an actuation distance of 1.5mm, which is 25% lower than the Cherry MX switches on the DAS keyboard, and it has an actuation force of 51 gram force compared to just over 56 gram force on the Cherry MX Browns. And I'll be completely honest and say no, I'd never heard of these units of measurements until today, but I just wanted to demonstrate the difference between how easy these buttons are to press. Basically, they're around 10% easier to press in, with a 25% lower distance to press them in, which overall results in them feeling much more easy to press. The Logitech G915 Lightspeed comes in right in the middle of the DAS keyboard and the Fanatic Streak for both actuation distance and force, and I personally think the keys feel absolutely perfect. Almost no force is needed to press them in, but you're unlikely to accidentally press them down either. In terms of how they sound, I think these keys are an absolute delight. They're not overly loud, but you can still hear that they're there, and I really hope the microphone can pick this up and do this justice. I ran this through the 10 fast fingers type test, and despite what I assume is crippling carpal tunnel in my hands and wrists, but could well be something more serious, who knows, I performed quite well. I ended up with a score of 140 words per minute, which I think might actually be my best ever score. What I would say is that the typing didn't even feel especially fast, it just felt super smooth and consistent, and pressing the right key just felt natural. By the way, if you are interested in picking up this keyboard and you want to know the latest price in your country, I've included an affiliate link to Amazon in the description below. It's not a sales pitch, I do like the keyboard, but you can check out the rest of the video and see what you think for yourself too. The next thing I want to talk about is the battery life. This is a wireless keyboard, something I've typically avoided because I'm too lazy to charge things. The Logitech G915 comes with an advertised 40 hours of battery life on a single charge. Honestly, after using this for the past few months, I feel like it gets way more than that. I work for more than 40 hours per week, that's for sure, and I spend time on the PC playing games and watching Twitch and YouTube as well, and I definitely don't charge this thing every week. I'd say I charge it every 3 to 4 weeks, and it does charge whilst in use thanks to the included USB cable. It's micro USB unfortunately rather than USB-C, but apparently it fully recharges in just 3 hours anyway, though I've not tested to actually see if that is the case. Next, we need to talk about the design and build quality of this keyboard. It's got a compact width of 368mm and is low profile. You can have up to 3 onboard profiles for customization, and it does allow programmable macros if you're into that kind of thing. Obviously, this is a TKL or 10 keyless gaming keyboard, which basically means there is no number pad on it. This slows me down a little bit on the one day I use Google Sheets per month, but it isn't a disaster. This keyboard also comes in a non-10 keyless version if that is a deal breaker for you, but I wanted to go with the more gamer-friendly version. It's made from, according to Logitech, aircraft grade aluminium metal alloy. What this means exactly, I'm not quite sure, but what I can say is that it does feel like a very high quality product. We've already established that the keys feel nice and premium, which is going to play a big part in this of course, but the rest of the keyboard can't be ignored. The brushed, slate coloured metal casing behind the keys that wraps onto the sides definitely looks and feels like a premium product. It weighs 810 grams, which is certainly on the heavier side without being overly heavy, and shows that it's made from more than just crappy plastic. The back, top and bottom are plastic, but it doesn't feel low quality. The rubber grips feel great and are chunky enough to stop the keyboard from moving even a millimeter on my desk. Unless I'm intentionally moving it, it's not like it's permanently stuck in place. The top row of buttons are soft to the touch with a rubberized coating and feel nice enough to press, but they don't have that deliciously tasty and satisfying key press that the regular keys have. The RGB, in my opinion, looks really nice. It's easy to go overboard with RGB, especially as every gamer and their mom wants RGB in every product they buy these days, but it does suit my taste despite there being a lot of it. The Logitech G logo illuminates in the top left, but it's not too big or distasteful, and the remainder of the keys and buttons all light up and change colour, with the exception of the connection button, which stays in a subtle white, which I think adds to the classy look of this keyboard. The keyboard is finished with a slightly gimmicky volume slider, but again, I actually like it, and I do use it, so it can't be that gimmicky gimmicky, although it is the only way to control volume via the keyboard, so I don't really have any other choice. But yeah, it feels nice, and it feels high quality too. At the time of recording this review, the price on Amazon for this exact version, which is the 10 keyless tactile version, is $126.99 in the US and $124.49 in the UK. Regardless of your location, the link in the description should take you to your local Amazon store if you have one. The current price is actually significantly cheaper than on the Logitech website, where it retails for close to $200 and £200 in both countries. Now, I actually paid quite a bit more than its current price, but what is my honest verdict on the Logitech G915 TKL gaming keyboard? Is it worth the expensive price? A very quick drum roll, please. That'll do. If you couldn't already tell from the praise I'd given throughout this Logitech G915 Lightspeed keyboard review, I personally believe this is a very worthwhile pickup despite its price. It's definitely the nicest keyboard I've owned in terms of how it feels to type on, and I think it looks and feels really nice as well.